And you are good.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and mute everyone. Okay, so thanks everyone for being here. We're gonna get started on our bellies. So come to lying down, bend your elbows out wide, stack your hands on top of one another. You can rest your forehead to the tops of your hands. And just take a moment to settle in here. You can wiggle your hips from side to side. Feel more centered on the tops of your thighs. And then as you rest here, start to take your tailbone towards your pubic bone. So you're pressing your pubic bone into the floor, creating some space on your lower back. And then keep that action. Bend your knees, point your feet, and just start to windshield wiper your shins and your feet from side to side here. So you're just tipping in opposite directions, breathing in and breathing out. Good, and then start to straighten your legs, release. Again, take your tailbone towards your pubic bone. And then start to lift your head up a little bit. We're gonna take a shoulder stretch here. So take your right arm to the right and bend your elbow like a cactus arm. So the palm of your hand is on the floor, your elbow's in line with your shoulder. And then use your left hand outside of your left ribs to gently press down, and now start to roll to the right gently. You can have your head hovering, or you can rest your head on the floor. Keep your legs stacked for this first one. Again, take your tailbone towards your pubic bone. Breathe in and breathe out. Release it, come back onto your belly, switch your sides. Take your left arm to the left, bend your elbow like a cactus, and then gently and mindfully start to roll to your left side. Keep your legs stacked. Option to keep your head slightly hovering. If you have your brick, you can also slide that underneath your head if that feels more comfortable. And then go ahead, release, return back to center. We're going to repeat and add on. Bend your right elbow to the right, cactus through your arm, roll to your right. Now from here, lift your top leg, your left leg, point your toes, and start to take your left leg slightly behind your right leg. Now straighten through your left arm and reach your left fingertips towards the left. So your left arm, your left leg are reaching in opposite directions. Take your tailbone to your pubic bone, breathe in, breathe out, release it, come back through center, and we'll switch our sides. Left elbow to the left, goalpost through the arm, roll onto your left side. Pause here, begin to pick up your right leg, point your toes, doesn't have to be very high, and then start to take your right leg behind you a little bit. Keep taking tailbone to pubic bone, and then start to walk your right fingertips to the right. Really reach through your right arm, press through your left arm gently, breathing in, breathing out. Release it, come back onto the belly, pause, and then place your hands, press yourself up to table pose, quadruped. From here, inhale, lift your chest, broaden your sitting bones, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, hug your navel in, cat. Again, inhale to lift for cow. Exhale for cat pose. Take 2 more rounds on your own, moving with your breath. And then when you've completed your rounds, pause. Walk your hands forward, 1 handprint. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take these first few moments to pedal out through your legs. Just take any movements that your body's craving here, arriving into your shape. Press your hands forward and down. Spread the weight evenly across your hands. Keep lifting your hips up, pressing your thighs back, head heavy. Breathing in, then breathing out. If you're doing something asymmetrical, begin to balance out your sides. Take another deep breath in. This time as you exhale, drop your knees, child's pose. Take your big toes to touch, send your hips towards your heels. Rest your forehead on the tip of your nose down. Reach your arms forward. Breathe into your back ribs. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhalation, start to come up table and then grab a brick if you'd like, and we'll make our way to a seat. You can sit however is comfortable. I'm gonna sit in Virasana, but you can find your own seat here. We'll just take these first few moments to get centered, get grounded into your space. So once you find your seat, turn your palms up, rest the backs of your hands to your thighs. Roll your shoulders back and start to soften and close your eyes here. Noticing your breathing moving in and out. Start to relax through the features of your face, soften through your jaw. Notice if you're favoring the left or the right side of your sitting bones. See if you can even and distribute the weight. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold the air at the top. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Now seal your lips and take a slow breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the air. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Continue to breathe on your own, starting to even your inhales and exhales in length. Option to layer in Ujjayi breath on top of this steady breathing by toning and restricting the muscles in the back of your throat. Keep the features of your face soft and start to use this breath to ground into the present moment. Let go of any lingering mind chatter, shifting your state into a state of yoga. And to cleanse the space that you're in and welcome each other, we'll chant the sound of Om just one time. You can keep your hands resting or join your hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Exhale out first. Take a slow breath in. Inhale deeply, relift your chest. Keep the lift of your chest as you exhale. Release your head towards your heart. Take a moment. If you raised your hands, release them back to your thighs. With eyes closed, lift your chin and softly blink open your eyes. Okay. We're going to come onto our hands and knees once again for table pose. So move any props out of your way. Take your time arriving back into table. Spread your fingers wide, line up shoulders over wrists. Tuck your toes under for a little bit more stability here. And then pivot your left shin to the left, straighten your right leg back behind you for modified side plank. Take your right hand to your hip to start. Take your tailbone to your pubic bone, draw your left shoulder back. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then turn your right palm to face forward. Reach your right arm over your ear to find lots of length here. Keep pressing through your right pinky toes. Option to look up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing your left shoulder head back. And then we're just going to take some arm circles here. So start to take your right arm in front of you and around, big circle. Take 3 circles here in this direction. And then once you've completed your 3, switch the rotation. Just getting into the shoulder a little bit. Keep pressing through your right foot. And then when you're done, release, look down, touch down, find table once more. Pivot your right shin to the right, straighten your left leg back behind you, press the sole of your foot down. Start with your left hand on your left hip, get organized, draw your right shoulder back, lift your chest, reach your left arm up, turn your palm forward, and then extend your left arm over your ear. Big side body stretch, inhale here, exhale here. And then start to take some big arm circles, reaching and lengthening with your left arm. Take 3 rounds. When you're done with your 3rd round, switch the rotation for another 3 rounds. Breathing steady. And then when you're done, look down, touch down, find table pose once more. Walk your hands forward, 1 handprint, tuck your toes under, press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Here in down dog, take your feet wide. Go about as wide as your sticky mat. With your feet wide, bend your knees, but keep lifting your hips up high. Inhale, exhale. Now, it's up to you. You can keep the knees bending, or optional, start to straighten through your legs. Press the tops of your thighs back. Hug your navel towards your sternum. Keep lifting your hips up. Inhale. As you exhale, start to walk your hands back towards the back of your mat, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Touch down, release your head. Slight bend to your knees. Inhale, take your hands to your hips, and then rise all the way up to stand. Keep your feet wide. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, and then go ahead and grab for opposite elbows. Bend your knees a little bit. Start to side bend to the right, and then take a big circle with your torso. So you'll start to fold forward, take it to the left and back around. Take 2 more big circles here. Get loose with it. There's no right or wrong. Pause back up at top. Switch the grip, so your opposite forearms in front, and then switch the rotation in which you are moving. 3 more big full body circles here. And then release, lower your arms to your side, stand tall, Tadasana. Feet still pretty wide. When you're done, reach your arms overhead once more, interlace your hands and take your hands behind your head. Hug your elbows in and start to gently press the back of your head into your hands. So you're creating a little bit of tractioning here through your cervical spine. Lift your ribs on all sides. Keep pressing your head into your hands. Reach the crown of your head up. Inhale. Keep your head against your hands. Bend your knees. Exhale. Slowly start to fold forward. Release the crown of your head down. Option to straighten your legs here. And then release your hands from your head. Touch down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, find length. You can slide your hands up your shins. Exhale to fold once more, touch down. Bend your knees, inhale to look forward. And then exhale, walk your hands back into your downward facing dog shape. Take a moment to arrive. Feel free to walk your feet back into hips width distance. Inhale here. Exhale here. Now, inhale, raise your right leg, inhale here, shift forward to plank pose, getting ahead of myself. Pause for a moment in plank, line up shoulders over wrists, press back through your inner heels. Take your tailbone towards your heels, Hug your pubic bone towards your navel. Look slightly forward and down. As you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to our belly. Feel free to drop your knees first, bend your elbows back, and come back to lying down. We'll move our way into Sphinx pose. So prop yourself up onto your forearms. Press your forearms down, lift your chest. Press the tops of your feet down. Again, tailbone to pubic bone, lift your navel. Inhale here. Exhale here. Now bend your right knee, point your right toes. Turn slightly to the right, and then reach back with your right hand to touch the inner edge of your right foot. Listen carefully, we're not gonna grab the foot. Spread your fingers wide and start to press the inner edge of your foot against your hand. Once you have that, turn your torso forward. We're going for more of a shoulder and chest opener here than a quad stretch. So keep pressing the foot against your hand. Breathe in, breathe out. Turn slightly to the right, release it. Lower your right forearm back to Sphinx pose. Wiggle your hips, set it up, create space, tailbone to pubic bone. Bend your left knee, point your left toes. Turn slightly to the left, reach back with your left hand, touch the inner edge of your left foot, spread your fingers wide, and then turn your abdomen and chest forward once more. Press your right forearm through the floor and gently start to create traction here. Press your hand and foot against one another. Should start to feel a bit of an opening through the front of your left shoulder and chest. Turn to the left, inhale to release it. Come back to Sphinx pose, pause. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bend your elbows, plant your hands outside of your low ribs. Setting up for Cobra pose. Inhale, draw your shoulders back. Begin to lift your chest any amount. Curl into your upper back. Move your elbows and shoulders back. Really nice, everyone. Exhale, release and lower. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press up table. And then we'll meet downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale to look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your space, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward bend. And ground your heels, inhale, rise to stand, reach tall. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides, mountain pose. Again, inhale, reach wide, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up and pause. Option to stay here or lower through Chaturanga. Bend your elbows back, lower. Inhale, let's stick with Sphinx or Cobra, up to you. As you exhale, we'll meet downward facing dog, everyone. Breathe in, breathe out. Now from down dog, inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, knee to nose, round your upper back and hover. Inhale to pick your right leg back up. As you exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Aim wide. Angle your right foot open to about 45 degrees. And then go ahead and drop your back knee to the floor. Keep your back toes tucked under. And then option to either be on fingertips here or make fists with your hands. If you're on your fists, start to press your knuckles through the floor. And same deal if you're on fingertips. We're gonna move into a little bit of a back bend here. So draw your shoulders back, lift your chest. As you do this, you'll start to notice your hips move slightly forward and you're lunging a little bit deeper into your right knee. Keep pressing your hands to the floor, lifting through your heart. Inhale here. Option to stay like this, or on your exhale, pick your back knee up. Keep pressing your hands through the floor. Press your left heel back. Take another breath in. Wherever you're at, exhale, look down, place your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, round and hover, pause. Inhale, reach your left leg back up. Exhale, take a big step wide to the outside of your left hand. Angle your left toes open. And then once you have it set up, go ahead and drop your back knee. Now either come up onto fingertips or make fists with your hands. You want some gentle force here to press into the floor. Start to draw your shoulders back, lift your chest, and that action will automatically move your hips more forward. You should start to be feeling this a little bit, definitely through the front of your right hip. Take a deep breath in. You can stay with your back knee down. Option as you exhale to pick your back knee up. Keep pressing your hands to the floor, lift your chest, press back through your right heel. Wherever you're at, exhale, look down, touch down, place your hands, and we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Inhale to look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your space, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to forward bend. Ground your heels, inhale, rise to stand, reach overhead. Exhale, lower your arms, mountain pose. Again, inhale, reach wide, reach up. Moving with breath, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands and decide. You can either step back through a vinyasa or skip it and go right to down dog. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Take your time, move with your breath. Good, nice variations, everyone. Once you're back in down dog, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, this time step your right foot forward in between your hands, lunge. Keep your back knee lifted. And then rise with both hands on the top of your right thigh. Press slightly forward and down to lift your chest. And then lunge a little bit deeper into your right leg. But now bend your back leg as well. So your left knee is hovering. As you do this, start to take your tailbone towards your pubic bone, so slightly forward. And then lift up through your left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Interlace all of your fingers except your pointer and your thumbs. So you're finding a squirt gun mudra or Kali mudra. Hug to the midline, keep pulling up, inhale. Keep this as you exhale and start to side bend to the right. Keep pressing your right foot forward and down, tracking your right knee. Keep lifting your chest forward. Inhale to rise back up. Exhale, release your hands, touch down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step forward in between your hands. Pause for a lunge, find your stability. Rise with both hands to the top of your left thigh. Take a moment to lift your chest. Lunge a little bit deeper into your left leg. But now bend your back leg so it's hovering. Tailbone to pubic bone. Keep lengthening through your spine. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, but point your pointer fingers up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, keep lifting your chest, but now side bend to the left. Don't let your chest turn down towards the left. Keep moving it forward and up. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale to rise back up with your torso. Exhale, release your arms, touch down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale to shift forward, plank. On an exhale, lower all the way down to your belly and lie flat. Point your toes, straighten your arms by your sides, but press your palms down into the floor outside of your hips here. Take a deep breath in, keep pressing your hands down, but now start to lift your chest and your legs. So it's like locust pose, but press your palms to the floor. Firm your glutes, and then exhale, release and lower, rest your forehead or rest a cheek, pause briefly. We're gonna repeat that. So again, tailbone to pubic bone, inhale. Press your palms down, lift your chest, lift your legs. Now reach your arms back to complete the pose. Shalabhasana, locust. Firm your glutes, gaze slightly forward and down. Exhale to release and lower. Rest your opposite cheek. Take a moment. And then bend your elbows, place your hands, press back up to table, and then lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your space, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find length, thighs back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand, steady legs, reach tall. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides, Tadasana. Keep your feet hips width distance. Start with your hands on your hips. And as you exhale, bend your knees, but sit your hips back for chair pose, Utkatasana. Keep lifting your chest. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Inhale, raise your left arm up. As you exhale, turn and twist to the right, and then lean slightly forward. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Take your hands to prayer. Hug your thumbs towards your sternum. Don't worry so much about lining up your knees. Let your left knee move slightly forward as you turn and twist into your upper back. Take your head back, your throat back. Breathe in, breathe out. And then look down, release your arms, rise back up, straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Repeating, hands to hips, start to sit back for chair pose, Utkatasana. Take your left hand to your left thigh, press slightly forward and down. Inhale, raise your right arm up, turn and twist to the left. Lean forward, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Take your hands together, hug your thumbs towards your sternum. Don't worry so much about your legs. Keep twisting into your upper back, head back, throat back. Stay for a breath. Exhale to look down, release it, straighten your legs, rise up, reach your arms overhead, and then lower your arms to your sides, Tadasana. Okay, go ahead and grab for your belt. And I'll turn to face you so you can see me a little bit better. And then you're gonna hold on to the belt with your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Don't go too wide. Pull some tension on the belt and then reach your arms overhead. Keep your legs in Tadasana, feet hip width distance. And then with your arms overhead, start to bend your elbows like a goalpost. Take the belt slightly behind your head. Keep pulling the belt apart. You might notice the belt is shaking. It's happening for me. Keep breathing and then start to squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Keep pulling the belt apart. Inhale here. Exhale here. And then inhale, re-straighten your arms, lift up. Exhale, lower your arms down. Okay, we're gonna repeat that action, but we're gonna take it into a high lunge. So standing at the top of your mat, step your left foot back, bend into your right knee. Just like we did earlier. And now from here, reach your arms overhead. Start to bend your left knee to hover towards the floor, and then bend your elbows, take the belt behind your head. Keep taking tailbone to pubic bone. Now inhale to straighten both legs, straighten your arms, reach up. As you exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Inhale to straighten and lift. Good, a few rounds like this. Exhale to lunge and bend. Inhale to straighten and lift. Last time, exhale to lunge and bend. Inhale to straighten and lift. As you exhale, lower your arms and then step out of the pose to switch your sides. Step your right leg back. Take a moment to get set up. Start to lunge into your left knee. Once you have the shape, reach your arms overhead. We'll start together here. As you exhale, bend your right knee to hover, and then start to bend your elbows, taking the belt behind your head. As you inhale, straighten both legs, straighten your arms, reach tall. As you exhale, lunge and bend. Inhale to straighten and lift. Exhale to lunge, chest lifting. Last time, inhale to reach, press through your left toe. Exhale to lunge, pull the belt. Inhale to straighten. And then as you exhale, lower your arms, step out of the pose, back to the top of your space. Nice work. Ditch the belt, place it off to the side, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands, and I leave it up to you, either vinyasa or skip it entirely, step right back to down dog. We'll meet in a down dog. Good. Once you're back up in down dog, pause. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands, low lunge. Drop your back knee, and then rise with both hands on the top of your right thigh. So I'm going to give you the option to either take a brick or not, but we're going to take this lunge a bit differently than we normally do. So we're going to have our right hand on the floor outside of our right knee. So it's either going to be on the floor or you're going to place it to the brick to build the floor up. It just depends on your body and your flexibility. Now, turn your chest forward, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then take your left hand behind your head. Open your left elbow wide, press into your right hand, and now start to turn and twist away from your right leg. So you're twisting to the left here. Keep the lunge, keep pressing your right hand down, draw your right shoulder back. Option to now straighten your left arm and reach your left fingertips to the right. Keep turning to the left, breathing, big side body stretch. As you exhale, look down, touch down, place your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale here. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot forward, low lunge, drop your back knee. Does that make sense for everyone, what we did? Yeah, okay, good. So now option to slide the brick under your right hand or just have your right hand towards the floor. Start with your left hand on your left hip, draw your right shoulder back, and then take your right hand, behind your head. Start to turn and twist open to the right. Keep drawing your right elbow back. Press your left hand into the brick, draw your shoulders back. And it's an option, not a requirement, to then straighten your right arm, reach your right fingertips towards the left over your ear. Keep the lunge, keep breathing. Really nice, everyone. Exhale, look down, touch down, ditch the brick if you had it, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Start to now pivot to the left. I'm going to just turn to face you. We're going to meet in a wide leg forward bend, prasarta. Both legs straight, parallel your feet, fold over your legs. Option to slide the brick under your hands or press your palms into the floor. Stay here, firm through your legs, lift up on your inner arches, breathing steady. Now inhale, find halfway lift, straighten your arms, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, take your hands to your hips, rise all the way up to stand. Now keep your feet wide, inhale, open your right foot to 90 degrees. Line up right heel with middle back arch. Start to bend into your right knee for warrior two. Soften from your right inner groin, reach your arms out wide. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, we're going to move it into side angled pose. Option to lower your right hand to the floor to a brick, or option to take your right forearm to your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and over your ear, just like we did in that modified side plank. Find lots of length here. Turn your abdomen and chest open. And then start to bend your left elbow, take your left hand behind your head. Let your head lean back into your hand as you turn your abdomen and chest open. Keep pressing your left foot through the floor. Draw your right shoulder back. Re-straighten through your left arm if you bent the elbow. Inhale, use that arm to rise up, warrior two. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten your right leg. Turn your right foot in. Second side, open your left foot to 90 degrees. Line up heel to arch. Bend into your left knee for warrior two to set it up. Reach your arms out wide. Pause here. Breathe into the shape. Inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to move into extended side angle. Optional to touch down outside of your left shin. Optional to draw the forearm to the top of your thigh. Reach your right arm up and over your ear. Turn your abdomen and chest towards the ceiling. Try to lift your left ribs up. Now bend your top elbow, take your hand behind your head. Start to lean your head back into your hand. Keep turning your abdomen and chest open. Legs are strong. Breathing in, breathing out. And now re-straighten. Keep that length and twist through your top arm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, use your top arm, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten through your left leg, turn it in. You can keep your hands on your hips or now optional, interlace your hands behind your back. Draw your knuckles down, lift your chest. Exhale, fold over your legs, prasarta. Pause here. If you have the interlock, release the hands back to the floor. Inhale to halfway lift. As you exhale, start to walk your hands towards the original front of your mat. Pivot your foot forward and let's step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Inhale to raise your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee for a low lunge. Rise with both hands to the top of your right thigh. Now we're going to move it into a quad stretch. So if you want some extra padding for your left knee, feel free to double your mat or use a blanket if you have one. Start to take your right hand to your right thigh. And now bend your left knee, point your left foot. Reach back, catch your left foot. It doesn't really matter if you're catching the outer or the inner edge. Kick your foot into your hand, lift your chest. Tailbone to pubic bone. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep pressing your right hand against your thigh. Good. Slowly, with control, release your left foot, touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here in down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward, low lunge, drop your back knee. Rise with both hands to the top of your left thigh. Take a moment to set it up, option to pad that right knee. Excuse me, start to bend your right knee, point your foot, turn to the right, reach back, grab the foot for a quad stretch. Once you have it, start to turn your abdomen and chest forward. Press your left hand against your left thigh to lift your chest. Continue to kick your foot and hand against one another. Nice. With control on an inhale, release the foot, look down, touch down. Press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly and lie flat. Straighten your arms back behind you. Wiggle your hips from side to side, tailbone to pubic bone. Option to keep your hands wide or now interlace your hands behind your back. Draw your shoulders back. On an exhale, lift up for Shalabhasana. Option to have the interlock. Press your pubic bone through the floor, firm your glutes. Look slightly forward and down. Release it, lower down, rest a cheek, or you can stack your hands to rest your forehead. Now option to repeat Shalabhasana. Or now we're going to set up for Dhanurasana floor bow. So bend your knees, point your feet, reach back through the outer edges of your feet. Once you have it, take a deep breath in. On an exhale, press your pubic bone through the floor and lift your chest, kick your feet into your hands. Pause here, breathing. When you're ready to release, lower everything. Take a moment, rest a cheek or stack your hands to rest your forehead. Bend your elbows, plant your hands, press yourself up to table, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Bend your back knee to the floor, rise up for a 90-90 lunge. So you might need to hop your right foot back. Look, make sure your left hip is over your left knee. And then listen carefully. So I'll show you first if you want to watch. We're going to take, trying to find let me show you on this side. So I think it's a little easier to see. So we're going to kind of take all these elements together here. You will have your hands on your hips to start. And then I'm going to turn towards my front leg, towards my bent knee. My back toes are tucked. I'm in this 90-90 lunge. And then I'm going to lean back with my left hand to touch my right heel. Now, option to have a block back there if that feels like too much. Then you're going to turn your abdomen and chest forward. You can keep this hand on your hip, or now it's an option to curl into your upper back, lift your chest, reach your arm back. Now, the most important part to come out of this, you're going to take your hand back to your hip, turn like you did to come in, and then lift everything up. So you don't want it to go too much into your low back. All right? So let's do it together. We'll start with our right foot forward. Tuck your back toes under. And you want this 90-90 lunge because you don't want to lean back too far. So hands on hips, start to turn to the right, and then reach your right hand back to your left heel or brick, whatever you can press down firmly into. Once you have it, turn your abdomen and chest forward towards your front leg. Press your hand into your heel or brick, lift your chest. Option to reach your left arm up and over. Stay for a breath. To come out of it, take your hand back to your hip, look towards your right, and then lift your abdomen and chest up. Make sense? Okay, so now let's just step back. We'll just switch our sides instead of moving through a down dog. Hands on hips, 90-90 lunge, set it up. Start to turn to the left. Reach back now with your left hand, grab your right heel or the brick. Tailbone to pubic bone, lift your chest, turn your abdomen and chest forward. Stay here, or now option to pick your right arm up, reach it back, keep pressing your tailbone forward. To come out, lower your hands to your hip, turn to the left, and then rise all the way back up. Let's come out of it, place your hands, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a moment. If it feels like too much, bend your knees here in down dog. Breathe in. Let's everyone open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Lower your knees, swing your feet out in front of you, and make your way onto your back. Have your belt nearby. And then once you're on your back, bend your knees, walk your feet out wide so they're touching the outer edges of your mat. Reach your arms out to a T, and then as you exhale, windshield wiper through your knees. Turn your knees to the right, inhale through center, exhale, tip your knees to the left. Keep your feet wide, but keep tipping your knees and your shins from side to side. Move through a few rounds here on your own pace. Just releasing a little bit here through your lower back. And then take one more round on each side. When you've completed your rounds, come back through center. Heel toe your feet back into hips width and parallel. Bend your elbows with your palms facing. Roll your shoulders underneath you. Get a slight lift of your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift your hips up for bridge pose. Drive your elbows through the floor. Firm your glutes. Knit your ribs in. Lengthen the tops of your thighs forward. Try to keep the features of your face soft, your throat soft. Breathing steady. When you're ready, release everything, lower down to pause. Now I'm going to give you the option to repeat bridge. If you want to move into wheel pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana, you're pretty prepped for it. So if you want to, you can move into wheel. I'm not really going to instruct it today, but otherwise you can find another bridge pose, move at your pace. I'm just going to look up at the screen. Good, nice, Donna. Turn your big toes in towards one another a little bit. That's it. And then wherever you're at, when you're ready, go ahead and lower down, pause on your back. Take a moment here. Now from here, bend your right knee in towards your chest, grab for your right shin. With your belt, start to loop the belt around the ball mount of your right foot, and now straighten your right leg overhead. Supta Pada Gustasana number 1. Press your foot against the belt, firm your right leg straight, walk your hands up the belt. You can keep your left knee bent, or optional, slide your left leg straight on the floor. We're not going for like a super deep hamstring stretch. We're just trying to release a little bit here through your low back. Take a few deeper breaths, starting to slow it down. And then if your left knee, if your left leg was straight, bend your knee. Start to reach your left leg up to touch the belt, and then lower your right foot back down. So switching sides, Supta Pada Gustasana. Try to lift the ball mount of your foot a little bit higher than your heel. Up to you if you want to straighten that right leg. You can certainly keep the foot on the floor. Try to ground your shoulders, widen across your collarbones. Keep pressing the top of your left thigh forward. And then go ahead and release the belt, release both feet back to the floor. Move the belt off to the side. Now, open your arms out to a T. Scooch your hips about a few inches to the left. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the right for a supine twist. You can take your right hand to the top of your left thigh and try to keep your left shoulder grounded, so the back of your shoulder on the floor. Option to look over towards your left fingertips, turning and twisting through your abdomen and chest. Release, inhale to come up through center. Drop your feet to shift your hips now. Move in the opposite direction. Scoot your hips to the right before you pick your knees up and drop them to the left. Supine twist. Good. Take your left hand to the top of your right thigh. Soften the side walls of your throat. Try to keep grounding the back of your right shoulder towards the floor. Stay here for a few deeper breaths. Release it. Inhale to come up through center. Level your hips. Once again, bend your right knee in towards your chest. Reach to the inner edge of your right foot for half happy baby. You can catch the outside of your right foot or the back of your right calf. Start to take the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Hug your right knee towards your right armpit. You can keep your left foot on the floor or optional, slide your left leg straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you straighten through the left leg, release both of your feet, touch down. And then switch your sides, hug your left knee in, half happy baby. Catch the outer edge of the foot or maybe behind the calf if that feels like too much. Hug your left knee towards your left armpit. And I leave it up to you if you want to keep your right foot flat or straighten through your right leg. Pause here. Release it, both feet to the floor, and then full happy baby, or you can take a Baddha Konasana if that feels better. You can take the soles of your feet together, hug your heels in, catch your shins, or catch the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Take these final few moments to do what works best for your body. Slow down your breathing. And then when you're done, release, hug your knees in towards your chest. Start to lift your forehead towards your shins or towards your knees. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out as you let go. And let's move our way into final rest, Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you. I'll be here to guide you out. You can use any props. You can optionally sit in meditation if that works better for you. You could be in constructive rest or legs straight. Go ahead and get comfortable, settle in. Begin to release the control of your breath. Let the breath return back to its natural rhythm. As you just now begin to notice your breath and your body in space. Now let go and release any effort. Relax your limbs. Soften the side walls of your throat. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let it rest. Relax your eyelids. Soften the skin around your forehead. And continue to let loose, let go everywhere. Taking these final few moments of conscious rest here in Shavasana. Keep your body still, begin to deepen your breath, bringing more awareness back again into the breathing. When you feel ready, you can bring small movement back into the limbs, wiggling fingers and toes. Take your time as you reawaken. If you're on your back, start to make your way onto your preferred side, resting on your arm briefly there for a moment. And then using both hands, you can press yourself back up to a comfortable seat, head rising last. Take a moment to sit well. Either rest your hands to your thighs or join your hands once again in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. With a deep appreciation and gratitude for this gift of embodiment, we'll close by chanting the sound of Om just one time. Exhale out first. Take a slow breath in. Om. Thank you so much. Namaste. Hope you feel good. Let me know. You can take yourself off mute if you have questions, comments. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week. Hopefully, Lisa, your hips feel good.
Thank you, Kat. Awesome.
You're
class.
welcome.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Kat.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Have a
very
great day.
much. Very nice.
You
Thank
too.
you. Thank you so
Happy
much.
holidays.
Very good.
You
Oh,
too.
yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes. How's your mom?
She's good. Yeah, I'm here now. She had surgery yesterday, her last surgery, hopefully, to close her wound up. And so she's recovering now, and she's on the upswing, I think now. So
Good. And was it her leg? Was it all
Yeah.
from her original surgery, right? Was it all?
well, there was a complication, and so it's just all been stemming, I feel since
No. A
Really?
long time since summer.
I know. Yeah, since she had her knee replacements in May.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So
my
thanks
gosh.
for asking. Yeah. But she's doing good. So
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, total last step. Hopefully, last step.
yeah, exactly. That's
And
what
you've been taking care of her a lot at home, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So she'll be back with you again? Or you'll be
Well,
back?
I'm here at her house right now. My brother's gonna come up and stay with her this weekend, and I'll be back soon after that, and we'll
To kind of give you a break a little? He does?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot. I know it's a lot. All right. Well, strength to you and to everyone. And, prayers to you guys. Prayers to you guys.
So much,
I hope.
Kathleen.
Have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Where will you be at your mom's for Christmas?
Yeah, I've been here, and so it's I'm
Okay.
not going anywhere else. I'm just here and at my house. So
I know. All right. Well, I hope, it's a weird Christmas all the way around. So
I know.
I suppose it had to be this year, right? It's you probably would be there, just the two of you anyway, right? So
Right, exactly.
yeah. All right. Well, prayers to you guys.
So
And
much.
lots of luck. Lots of
Yeah,
luck.
happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.